Hi, I'm Jen Turrell, and you're about to watch a Mastering Money Matters weekly blab with the women from my Mastering Money Matters group. This is a small group for women who are freelancers, entrepreneurs, and small business owners where we discuss the specifics of the finances that apply to you. We talk about launch cycles, irregular income, quarterly estimated taxes, and other things that are a little different from your general W-2 employment situation. So if this applies to you, come on in and join the conversation. Okay, we're recording now. This is our Mastering Money Matters Weekly Blab. And Emma, let's start with you. Tell us about your business.
So I'm a coach for freelancers. I'm the freelance lifestyle coach. And I've been freelancing for 7+ years. But since I had my little boy about 10 months ago, I've realised that coaching is where I really want to be. So I've just finished my diploma training, and so I'm going to be coaching new freelancers, established freelancers, basically anyone that's sort of riding the roller coaster of freelancing but wants a bit of input into how to build their business, how to overcome imposter syndrome, how to get new clients, lots of different things around freelancing.
So when you first started freelancing yourself, what was your freelance work then?
So I started out in editorial. Ironically, I started writing for Parent Dish in the UK, and I was the only person on our team who didn't actually have kids. It's all kind of come full circle. And then from there on, I went from editorial, blogging, and social media. But kind of the drive for me, because I've had my freelance lifestyle blog for about 4 years now, and the drive for me was when I started, I didn't feel like there was a support structure there. A community. It was a bit different. There weren't so many Facebook groups around and things like that. And also just someone to hold my hand through the scary bits like registering the business and the finances and things like that.
Do you help freelancers figure out their finances?
I don't help them with the financial side, but I'll help them with things like increasing their fees and things like that. And Sorry, I had a FaceTime come in. The finance side I leave to my accountant, or that's why I joined your group, really, just to get a bit more clear on that side.
I think for freelancers and small business owners overall, having their irregular income is always so hard. That's kind of why I started the group. Sorry?
It is difficult, but it's... I was talking to someone about that the other day, and the most common thing that comes up is people are worried about losing security. But the reality is most people are in a 30-day notice period of their jobs. If they lose their job, that's it. That's their only income stream is gone. Whereas if they are freelance, all those eggs are distributed across different baskets. So in my thinking, the risk is a lot more spread. So if you lose one income stream, you've got others to support you. So although it can be irregular, in a way it's a lot more secure. And I think going forward, people are going to recognise that it's not the insecure, scary step that people seem to think.
I know over here, especially since the recession, I feel like when so many people lost their jobs that they thought were secure jobs, it's kind of changed the view of how secure a job really is. And I know the healthcare situation is different in England from here, but not that many jobs offer the health benefits that they used to here. I guess in the UK, since you have the national health, that's not as much of a concern, is it?
No, we're quite lucky in that respect.
Yeah, that's good.
But I think also for women going back to work, that's why it's growing a lot, because before you just didn't have the options and the flexibility, and you basically had to choose between spending time with your children and going back to work and basically paying for childcare for your kids, and it's quite expensive over here. And now there's a lot more flexibility. The internet's brought so much flexibility that you can build a business around your life rather than build your life around your career, life around your job. So I think, and also it just removes all those glass ceilings that women face, because we can just, the only limit really is how much time that you can do, you can work, and how much you charge.
Mm-hmm. So most of the women that are in your group, what kind of freelance work do they do?
It really ranges from we've got some PRs, we've got some social media people, a few bloggers, illustrators, photographers. It's a real range, but I would say it's about 95% female. There are a couple of guys in there as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds pretty exciting. If someone's interested who's watching this, where can they find you and how can they join and work with you?
Yep, they can find me on freelancelifestyle.co.uk, and that's where they'll find the blog, the podcast. I've got freelancers and my coaching services.
I like that font you use at the top with the stars and the sparkles.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had that recently done, and I've been playing around with Instapage for the landing page. But yeah, it's fun. I love seeing people go from being in jobs that they don't necessarily love or they're not passionate about, or even when they're in jobs that they hate, and just watching the transformation when they start working for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it is so important for women in particular, just because we have, I mean, over here anyways, I'm sure it's similar over there, but the mommy penalty, the price you pay for taking time out to go and have kids and care for them for some amount of time. Have you heard of the book called let's see, my mind has suddenly gone blank. You know the Betty Friedan book? Jennifer, do you know the book I'm talking about? It was The Feminine Mystique. Someone wrote a recent book called The Feminine Mistake. Have you read that book?
I haven't. I'll look at that.
Yeah, it was really good, and it was obviously a play on the feminine mystique, but it was written by a woman whose mother gave her the feminine mystique when she was 13 years old, and basically told her, never give up your ability to earn income, because there's 3 generations in the book. The mother's mother was divorced, she was left, and she really had never had any way of earning income, and ended up her daughter had to support her. And so while her daughter was supporting her, that daughter taught her own daughter, said, wow, even if you leave the workforce, always keep your finger on the pulse, always do some kind of work some way, at least volunteer, keep your ability to earn income, because when women leave the workforce, often their skills get outdated. You know, if you do re-enter, you re-enter at a much lower place than you left, and you have to retrain and come back up. So if it's in the midst of a divorce and it was unplanned on your part, it can be really difficult. And here in the States, at least, I know that statistically women come out of a divorce financially worse off than in the marriage, and men tend to come out of a divorce financially better off, slightly better off than women, mainly because they're the ones with the most earning potential, and they often downsize, where the wife will stay in the home with the children, you know, that kind of situation. Let me let Neve in here. So it was a really interesting book to read, and I totally recommend it if anyone wants to check it out. Hey, Neve, how's it going?
Hi, guys.
Nice to make it.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's a full house. This is so fun.
So we were just talking to Emma about her business, the Freelance Lifestyle. Have you checked out her website before?
I have not. The Freelance Lifestyle. Okay, cool.
Let me pop it in here again if you want to check it out. There's the link. And she helps freelancers with all kinds of things. Do you want a quick recap, in case anyone else popped in, with what you help freelancers with?
So I offer everything from e-courses to coaching and a blog and a podcast for brand new freelancers, people who are thinking about going freelance, or the established ones that are kind of stuck in a rut and they want to know how to take their business up a level, or just get out of that rut and work out what they want to do next.
Cool.
So Neve is in Ireland. She's kind of close to you, closer than we are.
Same time zone.
Yeah.
Neve, do you know very many freelancers there in Ireland?
No, actually, I find that in Ireland, well, I live in rural Ireland, so I'm kind of in the zone with very little internet even. So I find that the people who are doing less, standard ways of working are a lot more few and far between. But a lot of people are sort of, waking up to that possibility that they can do something different or use their time in a different way and use the skills that they have in a different way. And so I think that's really exciting. Loads of people in my community, they know that I work online, so they're I think that the whole world is starting to sort of wake up to it. But here in Ireland, we might be a little behind the curve. So
I think it's the word freelance seems to throw people a bit as well. Like, I don't think people know. So you can be self-employed or employed, and then the word freelance seems to just evade people a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but what a wonderful way for people to get online, you know, and to begin to apply their skills in a different way without having to learn all of the, you know, tech stuff and doing the full courses or starting at the end. That's great.
I feel like a lot of the freelancers I know over here are VAs. Do you have any VAs there in your group?
Yeah, quite a few actually. And I love working with VAs because they've got so many skills, but they are ultra organised, and I am the very opposite of that. I need help with that.
Do you have a VA of your own, Emma?
Yes. Well, on and off we work together, but yeah, she's fantastic. She just brings calm to my crazy creative mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my VA is British, but she lives in Spain, so she's in a slightly different time zone from you, but 1 hour over, I think. But yeah, I think that's why a lot of us need the VAs to be more organized than we are. Great. Well, if anyone's watching this and wants help with freelance lifestyle, you can go click on, for me, it's right down there, that URL over in the chat box, and check out Emma's freelance lifestyle website. If you want to find out more about joining Mastering Money Matters yourself, go to my website, jenturrell.com, and click on the Mastering Money Matters button in the navigation bar.
Her image is just a stock picture of her right now. I'm trying to get up there to, she has a birthday coming up next week.